everyone. It's Jennifer Levin from Grief to Growth. I'm here with you live another Friday afternoon. The end of August is here. We are last full week of August before we roll into September. Friday afternoon. I'm sure it was a long week for you. It definitely was here for me, and looking forward to the weekend. Once again, once that week has come to an end, you may be struggling with what the weekend's going to be looking like for you, especially if you're feeling a lot of grief and not quite sure what you're going to do with yourself. So I invite you to spend a few minutes with me right now and think about your weekend, and let's plan ahead. First thing we're going to do is structure our weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know what? I don't have my weekend planning sheet, so we are going to just take a piece of paper. Let me grab a blank piece of paper. Um, right now, we are going to make a grid, and we're going to take three columns, and we're going to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just like this, so everyone can see it. Friday, we're just going to start in the evening, the late afternoon. Saturday, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday, and Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark these boxes with either personal events or activities. Personal events are things that you have to do. Laundry, getting ready for the work week, taking care of the kids or any dependent adults. Now that school has started for many of you, even the school activities. I have many neighbors who are taking their kids to soccer events this weekend, back to school events, family picnics, things like that, that feel like things you have to do to get ready or that are part of the chores of the week. Some of you may put things under personal events. Some of them may be under activities, which are things that we kind of look forward to a little bit more. Activities, barbecues, parties, time with friends, time in nature, walks, going to a museum. Hopefully, it's still kayaking season where you are if you're anywhere near the water. I took a couple hours out of my day this morning and took a lovely hike with a friend, a 4 mile hike. It was very, very foggy, but it was really nice to get out in nature. And so, activities are those really things that we look forward to, personal events, or maybe not so much what we look forward to, but things what we have to do. So you want to balance your weekend with both personal events and activities. Now, we always ask ourselves three questions when it comes to the weekend. First, what are the challenges that you may have this weekend? Any things that may be coming up, things that are difficult for you. I happen to have a birthday this weekend, and even though that's fun and exciting, it also brings up memories for me. My grandfather, I was very, very close to my grandfather, and birthdays, he always brought me M&Ms, and I always got to spend the night at his house when I was younger, and took me to a musical. So I have a great love for musicals because of my grandfather and my grandmother, but I always, for some reason, associate it with my grandfather. And I got to spend the night at his house when I was young. Dinner and a musical at a dinner theater. But every time I have a birthday, I get sad in a way because I'm always thinking about my grandfather. And so that's a challenge for me. It's great to have a birthday, celebrate with friends, but it brings up some sadness. And so you identify all of your challenges beforehand. Next, you think about your resources. What are you going to do to help you with your challenges? Well, one of the things that I do for this challenge is I talk about it. I talk about it with my friends. I might call my dad. It was obviously my dad's father, this grandfather, and I get to share those memories of how much I miss Grandpa, how much I miss my plain M&Ms. I might even eat some plain M&Ms this weekend to help me remember Grandpa. And so, what are my resources going to be? Resources can be spending time with friends, they can be spending time with an animal, reading a book, taking a relaxing bath, whatever it may be. for you. And then finally, the third thing is, what are your pleasant events? Now, it can be easy to confuse both a pleasant event with a activity, but pleasant events, and there's something called pleasant event scheduling. So we're going to kind of do that right now. Pleasant events are things that I like to have you look forward to at the very, very end of the day. You don't need to spend any money on these, but they're a really nice, healthy distraction. Grief can be so debilitating sometimes, so much pain. And if you have a pleasant event, just a nice hot bubble bath, a talk with a friend, a good book, a TV show, sitting outside, writing in your journal, whatever it might be. But a pleasant event is something you just can look forward to either make you feel good or take a time out from your grief and just like, oh, at the end of the day, at least I get to do this. So schedule a pleasant event for yourself. If you can't do it daily, at least try and do it a couple days of the week. So your three questions: what are your challenges? What resources are going to help you with these challenges? And what pleasant events can you schedule for yourself this weekend? So that's it. That's your weekend planning. I invite you to go to my website, fromgrieftogrowth.com, sign up for my free mini course, which is Three Truths About Living with a Sudden Loss. Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend, a good week, and I'll see you next week on Weekend Planning. Take care. Bye for now.